Greetings, children. Hope you are all doing well. Let's start today's session. Before starting today's session, let's have a quick recap what we have learned in the previous session. So, in the previous session, we started a new lesson, climatic variation. So, in that lesson, we learned about the weather and the climate and the factors. Weather definition: the condition of the atmosphere of a place over a short period of time is called weather. The weather of a place may change daily or even from hour to hour. The next is climate. Climate of a place is average weather condition over a long period of time. And we also discussed about the climatic pattern. The climatic pattern of different places on earth differs. So we learned about the weather, the climate and the climatic pattern. And the next we discussed about the factors. There are 5 factors: latitude, altitude, humidity, distance from the sea and the ocean currents. And we discussed about the factor latitude. In that, the earth's surface has been divided into 3 heat zones. The first zone is the torrid zone, the temperate zone and the frigid zone. The torrid zone is also known as the hot zone because it receives the direct rays of the sun. And this zone receives the rays of the sun throughout the year. And the climate is very hot and wet and humid. So this is all what we have discussed in the previous session. Now in today's session, we will start the temperate zone. We'll learn about the temperate zone. So today's topics are the temperate zone, the frigid zone. These are all the factors. These are all related to latitude, children. And next factor is altitude and humidity. These four topics we will discuss in today's session. So the temperate zone. This zone receives slightly slanting rays of the sun and is thus comparatively cooler and drier than the places lying in the torrid zone. As you can see on the screen, children, the rays of the sun are direct on the torrid zone. That is the reason this zone is very hot. The climate is very hot in this zone. And the temperate zone receives slightly slanting rays of the sun. That is the reason this zone have a moderate climate. Moderate climate means not very cold and not very hot. The climate of this zone is moderate. That is neither too hot nor too cold. As you can see on the screen, children, the climate of the temperate zone is very pleasant. Okay. And here on the screen, again, you can see, children, this zone lies between the torrid and the frigid zones. The green part on the globe, that is the temperate zone, children, which the north temperate zone lies between the Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree north, and Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north, while the south temperate zone lies between the Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degree south, and Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degree south. The summer and winter seasons are very distinct. Distinct means different. The days are longer in summer while the nights are longer in winter. Just a minute, children. Now, this was about the temperate zone. Now about the frigid zone. The frigid zones are extremely cold throughout the year and they receive the extremely slanting rays of the sun. This zone lies beyond the Arctic and Antarctic Circle. As you can see on the screen, children, this zone lies beyond, the frigid zone lies beyond the Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle. The North Frigid Zone extends from the Arctic Circle, that is 66.5 degrees north, to the North Pole, 90 degrees north. And the South Frigid Zone extends from the Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degrees south, to the South Pole, 90 degrees south. As you can, wait a minute. During summers, the areas beyond the Arctic Circle have daylight for 6 months, and during winter they have, and during winters the sun does not rise for 6 months and there will be darkness. As you can see on the screen, children, a summer day in Frigid Zone where you can find daylight for 6 months. There is no darkness for 6 months. And in the next picture, you can see, children, there is darkness for 6 months. There is no light only. So this is about the Frigid Zone, children. Now, during life in these zones is very life in these zones is very difficult, and in some places the ground is permanently covered with ice. So this is all about the Frigid Zone. Now the next factor is altitude. Altitude is the height of the place above the sea level. So on the screen you can see, children, the marking, the arrow mark, that is the altitude, children. And as the altitude of a place increases, its temperature decreases. Thus, even if two places are on the same latitude, the temperature may vary because of difference in altitude. As you can see on the screen, children, as we go higher and higher, the temperature decreases. For example, in Shivalik Hills of Uttarakhand, Mussoorie, its altitude is 2003 meters above the sea level, significantly colder than the Dehradun, and the Dehradun's altitude is 640 meters above the sea level. Thus, altitude of a place has a marked effect on its climate. So this is all about the altitude factor. The next factor is humidity. The amount of moisture or water vapor present in air is known as humidity. Children, I think you are all able to understand. Yes, you are concentrating also. Yes, children. So, greater humidity leads to greater amount of rainfall, which ultimately influence the climate of the place. As you can see, children, on the screen, the desert area where there is no rainfall, the humidity is less. And the areas where there is more rainfall, the humidity is more. The areas near the equator have climates that are hot and wet and tend to receive heavy rainfall. Places near the sea also experience high humidity because a large amount of evaporation take place from the sea. This is why coastal areas such as Kolkata, Chennai, and Mumbai, etc., are humid. Children, the next factor is distance from the sea. 1 second, children. I'll show you a picture. The distance of a place from the sea also decides the climate. Places near the sea have a moderate climate with cool summers and warm winters. On the other hand, places away from the sea generally have an extreme climate with very hot summers and very cold winters. This happens due to sea breeze and land breeze. As land heats up and cools faster than water. As you can see in the picture, children, as you can see, the warm air rises from the land, and the air from the oceans also, you can see the sea breeze. And the next, during the daytime, The land being hotter has hot air above it, while the sea water has cooler air above it. Thus, a cool sea breeze blows towards the land. The reverse happens at night, causing the land breeze. This results in moderate climate. Moderate climate means not too cold and not too hot. That is why Mumbai and Goa, which are situated close to the sea, have a moderate climate, while Delhi, being far away from the sea, has an extreme type of climate. Now, this is about the distance from the sea. And now, the next topic is wind. Wind also play an important role in changing the temperature of a place. Depending on the place of origin of the wind, it may be hot air or cool. Winds blowing from hot areas rise the temperature of the place, while those blowing from cold areas lower the temperature. As you can see in the picture, children, the wind which is blowing from hot areas rise the temperature of the place, while those blowing from cooler areas lower the temperature. This is what about the winds. And the next factor is ocean currents. An ocean current is a continuous directed movement of ocean water caused due to the forces acting upon the water, such as the earth's rotation, wind, temperature, etc. Ocean currents also affect the temperature of the place. These ocean currents may be warm or cold. When the winds blow over them, they got their warmth or cold and affect the temperature of coastal areas considerably. So as you can see on the screen, children, the warm ocean currents and the cold and in the cold and deep salty waters, children. And the next factor is the human factor, like the global warming and the greenhouse effect. So this is a very important factor, children, causing climatic variation in by the human factor, is a human factor. Global warming refers to an average increase in the Earth's temperature, which is in turn changes in climate. Different human activities like deforestation, greater consumption of fuels, causing greater pollution, etc., leads to greenhouse effects, which results in global warming. Global warming is a result of greenness effect, causes due to an increase in the level of certain gases like CO2 and water vapor in the atmosphere, which trap energy, more energy of the sun than required. Children, according to scientists, the earth has consumed by about 1 degree Fahrenheit over the past 10 years. So this is what these are the factors which are affecting the climate. And now with this we are concluding the lesson, children. We are completing the lesson, and we as I hope you all have understood the lesson, and you will complete the worksheets which has been given to you. Thank you, children. We'll meet in the next session, children. Bye, children.